Learning English can be an exciting journey, but it often comes with many challenges. For many people, the first major obstacle is pronunciation. English has many sounds that don't exist in other languages. Words like thought, though, and through can confuse learners because they look similar but sound very different. Another difficulty is vocabulary. English has a vast number of words, and many of them have multiple meanings. A single word like run can mean so many things depending on the context: to run a race, to run a business, or even a machine that runs. Grammar can also be frustrating. Tenses like present perfect or past perfect can be confusing. Some learners ask, why do we say I have eaten instead of just I ate? The rules aren't always clear, and there are many exceptions. Listening comprehension is another common struggle. Native speakers often speak fast, use slang, or combine words. Phrases like gonna, wanna, or lemme don't appear in textbooks, but they're used every day. This makes it hard to understand real conversations, movies, or songs. Speaking can be intimidating, especially when there's fear of making mistakes. Some people hesitate to talk because they're afraid of being judged or not being understood. This lack of confidence can slow down progress. Even writing in English can be tough. Spelling is not always logical. Words like night or psychology look nothing like they sound, and writing essays or formal emails requires a good understanding of tone and structure. Finally, staying motivated is a challenge for many. Learning a language takes time and consistent effort. Without clear goals or support, it's easy to give up. Some learners feel stuck at the intermediate level and don't know how to improve further. But even with all these difficulties, millions of people around the world have succeeded in learning English. The key is to be patient, keep practicing, and not be afraid of mistakes. Every mistake is a step toward improvement. With the right mindset and tools, English can become not just a subject to study, but a skill to enjoy.
Listening is often one of the hardest skills to master when learning English. Many learners feel frustrated because they can't understand native speakers, even after years of studying the language. One major problem is the speed of natural speech. In real conversations, people speak much faster than the recordings in textbooks. Words are linked together, syllables are dropped, and sounds change. For example, "What are you doing?" often sounds like, "What you doin'?" This makes it difficult to catch every word. Another challenge is unfamiliar accents. English is spoken in many countries, each with its own accent and slang. A British accent sounds very different from an American or Australian one. Learners who are used to only one type may struggle to understand others. Background noise is also a big issue. In real-life situations, conversations happen in noisy environments, on the street, in a restaurant, or on public transport. This makes it harder to focus on the words being spoken. Vocabulary plays a role too. Even if someone has a good knowledge of grammar, it's impossible to understand a sentence if several words are new or unclear. And in spoken English, phrasal verbs and idioms are very common. Expressions like hang out, look it up, or break down might confuse learners who are more familiar with formal language. A lack of exposure can make things worse. If someone only listens to English for a few minutes a day, improvement will be very slow. Listening is a skill that needs regular practice, not just passive listening, but active listening with focus and repetition. One more difficulty is not knowing where one word ends and another begins. Unlike written text, spoken English doesn't have spaces. Words blend together, so "did you eat yet?" might sound like "do you eat yet?" This makes it hard to recognize even simple phrases. Despite these challenges, listening skills can improve over time. Watching movies with subtitles, listening to podcasts, repeating phrases, and using shadowing techniques can help a lot. The key is to be consistent and not give up. Listening might seem hard at first, But with time and effort, it becomes easier and even enjoyable.